Against all odds, we achieved this huge victory for Likud. We won the national camp led by the Likud has won. We achieved the huge victory for our people.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's, of course, Bibi after the great victory last night. Joining us now is Rabbi Boteach, America's rabbi and founder of This World, the Values Network. Rabbi, welcome. Quite a night for Likud and Netanyahu. It turned out to be kind of a landslide in the opposite direction of what was predicted. What do you make of the whole results?
Well, it's near miraculous. The exit polls turned out to be completely wrong. Everyone was predicting this defeat. And he did have a lot of people arrayed against him. You know, Steve, I actually thought of something that I heard you say, honestly, maybe a decade ago on WABC. I remember I was driving home and you said that if Israel wants to be a serious country, it needs to be sovereign, it needs to be independent, it needs to be self-reliant. You were speaking about how so often Israeli prime ministers kowtow to American policy, American pressure, American presidents. This election was a referendum on whether a prime minister would be kind of booted out specifically because he doesn't get along with an American president. And the main argument being made by Bibi's opponents was, Yitzhak Herzog and Tzipi Livni, we're going to repair the relationship with the White House. But they could only repair it if they would capitulate to President Obama's policies, especially the attempt to appease Iran with regards to their nuclear program. So I actually see this as a defining moment in modern Israeli history. Look, you're Jewish, I'm Jewish. We both know that Jews for thousands of years have been very reliant on other protectors. They have been supplicants. The idea of an independent Jewish state with an independent military was that Jews would finally protect themselves, and that's happened since 1948. Yet, the Israeli mentality was, we need the United States, without them we can't function. And that's what Bibi's opposition said. The fact that he could have such a fractious relationship with President Obama and still prevail in not a landslide, but certainly a stunning victory is a demonstration of a new kind of thinking in Israel.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I also think it was a referendum on Obama. That's why I was shocked when 75% in the polls said a few weeks back that they don't trust Obama, especially on Iran. Yet the other guy was winning. I just didn't understand how that was possible. Let's talk a little bit about what Bibi said. You know, he's being portrayed. The media was ready to celebrate. Now they're in mourning. They went so far last night as Aaron Burnett to try to call him a racist for something he said about the Arabs coming out to vote. This was after he had won, of course. You know, the built-in prejudice towards Bibi and Netanyahu, and I guess I look at it as towards Jews who want to be strong and protect themselves. And, you know, there's no criticism of a boss who teaches their kids to kill the Jew and hate the Jew and honors homicide bombers. But Bibi's saying there'll be no two-state solution. He's now a racist.
Well, let's be clear, Steve. The two-state solution was rejected by the Palestinians.
Yep.
Hamas, which controls Gaza, has a genocidal charter which not only will not accept a two-state solution with Israel, but it calls for the complete destruction and annihilation, not just of Israel, but of every Jew everywhere in the world. Now, as far as Mahmoud Abbas is concerned, Mahmoud Abbas is paying, literally, terrorists who've been arrested by Israel. He funds them in Israeli prisons. He sometimes gives them payments of like $100,000. That's hardly someone who wants a two-state solution. Now, what we really want to see is peace in the Middle East through an acceptance of the Jewish state of Israel. There are, thank God, 22 Arab states. No one has any argument with them being Arab states. And no one has any argument with Britain being, say, a Christian state. I lived in England for 11 years. The Queen is the defender of the faith. I was a Jew. I did not feel disenfranchised living in England. I didn't feel that I was a second-class citizen. A country can have a national character and a national identity without it disenfranchising any of its citizens. But I like what you said about how the world is uncomfortable with the defiant Jew, as it were. You know, we are the people of the book. That's great. A scholarly people, we believe in education. But sometimes you need to defend yourself, and you can't just allow your life to be cheap. What we saw 70 years ago, and this is a momentous year, 2015, because it is the 70th anniversary of the end of the death camps and all the carnage that they represented, we saw Jews being prepared to walk into gas chambers because they were fooled through propaganda
Right.
campaigns on the part of the Nazis.
No, and
that can never happen again.
Right.
We must be defiant, and we have a right to live.
And I think that that was proven yesterday. I think Jews in Israel are defiant. I don't know how the Jews here feel about it. But Rabbi, great to talk to you, sir. Thank you as always, Rabbi Shmuley Boteach. The closing bell report is next, folks. Don't go away.